back with another D&D horror story. So today we have a story from a concerned adventurer. Hey all, I need to unload about a particularly unsettling session that took place last night at a local game store. I'm part of an Adventurers League group that meets up weekly. We're usually all about inclusivity and making sure everyone feels comfortable, which is why what happened was such a shock and really soured the experience. Starting out strong here, real strong. It is a regular Thursday night game. We had a new player joining us, Emily, who was the younger high school age sister of one of the other DMs at the shop. She was pretty excited about her first dive into Dungeons and Dragons, but didn't want her older brother as a DM. She didn't want to feel singled out. That's fair. I could see it either she'd be afraid of being seen as getting favoritism or being focused because sibling rivalries and stuff like that. Makes sense. But still has her older brother there in the same space. So kind of cool. Our DM for the night was an older guy, James, who's been running Adventures League at this store since the before times. We were playing Curse of Strahd, and we're level 4 at the moment. Most of us have played together before, but since we had a new person, we were all introducing our characters, and Emily was clearly enthusiastic, sharing her ideas and backstory in detail. That's when things took a turn. Foreshadowing, jeez. Our rogue, Rick, alliteration, Rick, who was sitting next to Emily at the table, started making inappropriate comments under the guise of character interaction. He made his rogue overly flirtatious, constantly describing how his character was charmed by her beauty and couldn't help but try to steal a kiss. Rick is a whole adult, easily over 30 years old. Emily looked uncomfortable, and a few of us exchanged concerned glances. We tried to redirect the game, but Rick kept steering it back. He complimented Emily's appearance rather than her playing or ideas and asked personal questions not relate. Oh, okay. He complimented Emily's appearance rather than her playing or ideas and asked personal questions that were not related to the game. During a break, a couple of us, including James, it's the DM, approached Rick and suggested he tone it down, reminding him Emily was new and in high school, and we should keep the game professional and welcoming. Yeah. Rick brushed it off, claiming he was just being in character and that we were overreacting. When the game resumed, Emily's character was captured by some of the Vistani, and it seemed like James was trying to give her the chance to smooth things over and have a cool character moment. It's a nice way to introduce new players, give them that chance to shine in the spotlight a little bit. Before she had the chance to do anything or talk her way out of the situation, Rick's character heroically rescued her. He sneak attacked the Vistani guy and got assassinated. He started describing in detail how he protectively wrapped his arms around her, feeling her tremble against him, after cutting the throat and stabbing the evil Vistani. That's just... Their flavor's fine when you get like cool kills on enemies and stuff like that, but you don't get to describe how other characters interact with you. Emily finally had enough, stood up and announced she was not comfortable with how things were going. Good, she should not be. How things were going, and would appreciate it if her character could be left out of such scenarios. The room was tense. Rick seemed annoyed and muttered about people being too sensitive these days. Emily decided to leave early, and the rest of us were too unsettled to continue. I would be too. I don't think Rick should be playing with you, especially if there's kids that age. The session ended abruptly, and several players, including myself, stayed back to apologize to Emily and offer our support. She appreciated it, but was unsure if she'd return. We reported the incident to the store owner and her brother, who was at one of the other tables. The owner was very apologetic and promised to handle it. That's good. Okay. I mean, I wouldn't want to be Rick if her brother's right there. That just seems in bad taste all around. Rick might be facing a ban from attending future events at the store, but the damage to the group's atmosphere and possibly to Emily's view of D&D might take longer to mend. Yeah. Does play Does playing D&D make the creeps worse, or do we get creeps because they think they can get away with it because of the in-game defense? A concerned adventurer. Well, concerned. Once again, bad D&D is not as good as no D&D. If that's the type of people that are at your Adventures League, maybe talk to some of your friends that you've made there and try to set up a home game. Might be a good idea.